What's one thing that you hate paying more for because you're single? I'll go first. My rent. If I split my one bedroom with a partner, I would be £8,400 richer at the end of the year. Ugh.
So rent is the big villain here. £8,400 more a year just because you live alone. That's the strong independent price tag. Turns out independence isn't free. It's actually really expensive.
Sorry, can we talk about the cost of being single for a second? I've just gone to book myself a holiday, right? Unfortunately, I am yet to meet the one, so I can't split the bill with somebody else. And it's gonna cost £1,000. If you think about that for a couple, that is £500 each. It costs double as much. I'm gonna have to pay for the taxis on my own, I'm gonna have to pay for all the experiences on my own. But it's hard when all your friends are in relationships and they're all going on holidays with their partners. I can't stop them from doing that. I just have to fork it out and work harder. It's a bit rough, to be honest.
£1,000 for a holiday because you're paying it all yourself. Yeah, that's what happens when you say, I don't need anyone. You also don't get anyone to split the bill with.
Okay, something I feel like that's not talked about enough on this app is being single and financially how hard it is. I literally work two jobs. I work in sales and I teach Pilates part-time. Both of the jobs pay pretty well, but still I feel like it's so hard to stay afloat. And like, don't get me wrong, I like to ski. I definitely don't live a frugal life. I have a nice apartment. Never say no to plans, but like, how are people doing it? How are you attending everyone's bachelorette parties, everyone's birthday dinner, going on all of these trips with your friend and having leftover money to spend on yourself? Completely stopped doing my hair, so that saves some money. Truly exhausting. I just don't understand.
Two jobs, good pay, skiing, nice apartment, never saying no to plans, and you're still broke? That's not oppression, that's champagne taste with solo income. Independence is fun until the receipts add up.
To live in like 5 minutes, but just the thought I had is you cannot survive in London without a boyfriend because it's so expensive. Like, I cannot save any money when I'm single because constantly my friends are going out, they're constantly inviting me somewhere. I always want to go for brunch, I always going to go for like girly dinner dates. Obviously, no one pays for you there. But ever since getting a boyfriend, I actually started feeling so much comfortable financially. Literally, the cost of living crisis does not account for you living alone in London. Like, it's impossible. Just forget about it.
So London is impossible without a boyfriend. Sounds less like I don't need a man and more like I can't afford to be single here. Financial comfort isn't just a couple's perk, it's a survival strategy.
I just want to give a shout out to everybody who, like me, is running a household on a single income at this point in our lifetimes where everything just costs so much. I got a bill this morning for, I've got an alarm system on my house and the guys just came and changed all the batteries before Christmas, and I got a bill this morning for £174. And, you know, that's fair enough. It's what it costs. I'm very grateful to have the alarm system. I live by myself. It makes me feel safe. The house has been broken into before. But, you know, £174, I've got to just magic out of nowhere. I'm down 3 fence panels, so I've got to make sure that's sorted out as well. And it's just never ending. It's never ending. So I just want to say, all of you who are managing a house by yourself, where you are responsible for every expense, well done you.
£174 for batteries, fence panels, all on your own. Yep, that's the cost of running a one-woman show. Strong and independent means you also get to be strong and independently broke sometimes.
I'm praying for a money tree right now. Because let me tell you, being a single girl and living on your own is expensive. No joke, right? Being a woman is hard. Maintenance, hair, nails, lashes, eyebrows. Let me tell you, it is no joke. I feel like I need about 1,000,000 jobs to just keep up with life. Also, I had these little bangs put in and I think I like them, but I'm just getting used to them. But yeah, how many hours I work a week will never ever give me enough money for my life. And people always say to me, yeah, but Jodie, if you earn like 10 grand a month, you'd never be satisfied because you'd want to spend more. And they're probably right. But if I had that amount of money every month, at least I'd be able to just like deal with like the maintenance. And people say, oh, just like, you know, take things out of your life. Bit.
Hair, nails, lashes, brows. And now you're shocked it takes 1,000,000 jobs to fund it? That's not a single life problem. That's a beauty salon subscription you signed up for.
Guys, can we just talk about how expensive it is to be single and not in a relationship? Can we just talk about that, right? Everyone goes on, all these haters online on the videos talking about dating, and we want to try and find rich men. We're not trying to find rich men. We're trying to find men who've got a good job, who can support themselves, so we don't have to support another person. Okay, I've got 2 kids and me that I'm supporting solely, right, with food, clothing, everything else that goes with it. But can we just talk about how expensive it is to be single? Okay, so I have to pay my house, my rent, mortgage, whatever else we're paying out on my own. Normally, if you were with a partner or you were married, you would split that. Or if you're lucky enough to have a partner that earns enough money to pay for you, then obviously they're paying for the whole thing. But in general, for most people, that would be half the amount of money. And then obviously council tax, that would be halved. And then all the bills halved, food shopping halved. I mean, it is really, really expensive to be single, isn't it? It's so expensive to be single. Part of me thinks I should just be in a relationship just to save money. I'd do all right then. I'd be okay then. Has everybody else just realised this? How expensive it is to be single?
Rent, bills, food. Yeah, doing it solo costs more. But most of those expenses would exist either way. The only difference is now there's no one to split the bill. And no one to blame when it's due.
I often do videos talking about the fact that I'm 39, single and happy. But today I wanted to tell you about the worst thing about being single. Gotta keep it real. It's not always easy. So yeah, the worst thing about being single is dun, dun, dun. Finances. I have to pay for everything myself. There is no one to share a single bill with. But I'm being serious. Mortgage or rent, bills, food, everything. I get to share costs with nobody. And I know there'll be people like, well, that's your fault. That's your fault because, you're single. You haven't met somebody. You're single, aren't you? It's your fault. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I just be in a relationship just so that I have someone to share the bills with? Does that seem like a good idea? And I cannot even begin to imagine what it's like to be a single parent. There's me and my cat, and I'm struggling, especially in a cost of living crisis, let alone if I had children to feed. Whew. So when it comes to being single, honestly, for me personally, that is the worst thing. Everything else, we good, baby. But the money, before you blame me for being single, just understand that sometimes you can be a really great person. You just didn't meet your match yet. Or should I say, the person you're going to share your bills with.
Mortgage, bills, food, all solo. You say that's the worst part of being single, and, well, yeah, independence doesn't come with a discount code. No partner means no split bills. Simple math.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get raped, and I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm gonna be all puffy. I'm just... Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
$1,100 gone in 3 hours on brakes and a car payment. That's not single tax, that's adulthood. The bills don't care about your relationship status, they just want your bank account.
Teaching kids about misogyny and incel culture is one thing. You know what I think they need to start teaching in schools? That, yes, you can have a partner and whatever, but if you ever choose to be alone, if you ever want to respect yourself and not just settle for bare minimum, if you want to release yourself from a toxic relationship, it will be very, very liberating, but very, very expensive. I have lived through the most liberating, amazing, culturing, wonderful experience the past, goodness me, what, 5 years? God. And that's not 5 years single. I've not been 5 years single, but 5 years not living with a man. And it's been amazing, but it's been so expensive. So there's rent or mortgage if you guys do own a house. And, that's all me, I don't rely on any benefit system. It's just me paying the rent, 1-bedroom apartment. It's pricey. And then, all the bills that come with it. The only thing you do get as a single person living alone is a little discount, 25% discount off your council tax. So, of course, I got that. But that's it. That is it. I've been through a fair few jobs in the past 5 years, because that's another area where I'm trying to respect myself. It's not just who I let into my life, it's also who manages me in the professional environment. I'm being picky with that as well. And then there's been some temp opportunities, so sometimes contracts end and there's nothing you can do about that. And it's just, I feel very liberated, me here with my cat that I've only had for a matter of months. It's just a lot, and there's food. Got to think about food. Lately I've started meal prepping because it's just really much cheaper in the long run. But still, the food shop every month is expensive. There's the unforeseen expenses that you might have, I don't know, something breaks, so you might have to fix it. I don't know, you can see I've got thick hair, the sink needs unblocking, so there's the constant expense of buying unblocker. And the fact of it is, yes, I could have had a lot more savings by now. I could have bought a house by now, but travel is my priority. I want to see the world, and that's where spare money goes to. That may not be the best decision for everyone, but it's the best decision for me because travel is the best therapy in the world. My second best therapy is food, but let's not go there because food makes me gain weight. And then the social life as well, friends have birthdays and you got to go to that. People are getting married these days. Every time someone gets married, be prepared to pay well into the hundreds, because there's the dress you've got to buy, there's present you've got to buy for them, and if you're a bridesmaid, there's all the expenses that come off that. And it's great that people are, celebrating love. And then the prices of everything are just going up. I do not look down on anyone who chooses to live with their parents. If that's what suits you in adulthood, fair enough, all the power to you. It's just never been, that's not an option for me. That's not something I would want to do. It's not really something I can do. Me personally, I as a person, I'm too old to live under parental influence. I think it was once proposed by family that I move in with my grandmother, but that won't suit me either. It's just not going to be a liberating experience. It's not going to give me the independence that I want or the kind of lifestyle I want. The way I live now is the lifestyle I want. It's just that it comes at a very heavy price.
5 years without living with a man? You're happy, but admit it's pricey. That's the deal. Independence feels amazing, but freedom has a bill, and it comes with your name only.